indices still trading down. I just drew this on the 1 hour chart. Look how scary this looks for the S&P. Just clean downward price action. And for indices, when you see these like just clean red waves like that, it is a little bit alarming. What are you thinking on the indices? Do you think there's a bounce coming? And even so, like what do you think?
I guess there could be, but it's just like everything else. You look at Euro USD, same kind of trend. You can draw go on the same time frame and draw the same trend line.
Yep.
You can go on gold, do the same thing. So they're all in some way correlated with each other, but any bounce right now just looks like another short setup for the short term. I'm not necessarily ultra bearish on indices. I think I'd be more comfortable shorting euro dollar than stocks, because I do think that because of the dollar strength right now and the hawkishness from the meeting minutes, things are just very on edge, I guess. We're open to more rate hikes. We're not looking to cut anytime soon. There was no mention of that. So it just looks like it's going to be pretty restrictive. And if you hold interest rates this high for a long period of time, it's definitely putting pressure on the stock market. So I will have to look at COT today when it comes out, because last week it showed buying, but we saw none of that this week. So if they continue to buy, if there's more of that, then we can look for potentially look for more bottoms and buy on those demand zones. But if sentiment has switched again and they're picking up more shorts or it looks mixed, I don't think it's a good idea to look to long the indices for the next week or so. But yeah, I'm in a Euro USD right now on a short. I got in at like 1.0903 something.
Oh, nice.
And prices, I've trailed, so I'm hoping price doesn't hit my stop. But if it does come back up to test this line, I might try another short again. I was in oil as well, a short on oil, but price shot up this morning, stopped me out at a little bit of profit. I think I went just above break even, so not really much gains there, but I'm hovering well on Euro USD.
Want to stay up to date with all the latest trading information? In the description below, you'll find the link to join our free Discord. The Discord gives you instant access to lots of helpful material like free trading courses, chart analysis, updates about what's happening in the A1 community, as well as discount codes for our other products and services. The best part, all of this and more is 100% free. So go down in the description below this video and check it out for yourself. If you're interested in upgrading to the full VIP Discord featuring our team of expert traders signals, you can use the live chat link in the description to get connected with one of our team members in seconds. So don't wait, go check out the free Discord today.
Just looking for more short opportunities until COT and the Fed and sentiment says otherwise.
Yep, fair enough. Yeah, no, and again, I think that's a wise thing to wait for the COT data, which will come out tonight. Remember, if you guys are EDGEFINDER users, we will have the COT data available for you to look at tonight. So again, COT data is automatically pulled in by our software tools that we build. Again, that's what we specialize here at A1 Trading. We are a software company at heart. If you would like access to this COT report before it comes out today, let's do something here real quick. If you guys would like, we're going to be doing something cool. We're going to be handing out actually a free look at the COT this evening. If you would like access to that, send us a direct message. Chandler, if you don't mind dropping that link one more time here for people in the audience. If you guys would like to get early access to the COT data here before, send us a message. We are going to do our COT. We did this last week. We'll do it again. COT interest form. If you'd like to get access to that, are you bearish on these markets? Are you looking for bullish opportunities? What are you looking for?
Currently, I can say yes. Things are looking like seriously bearish. I think everything actually is bearish, especially when we check things from China. So everything's just looking bearish. So I don't really see anything positive currently, unless if maybe things changes, because I had some few points. Maybe I can just read few points here that makes the market to go lower, especially from the side of China. So it's like the first point is in China actually. So they have like sluggish real estate market. I thought maybe you saw that on the news. They say there's this bigger company actually filing for bankruptcy, and it's actually big. So another point is struggling manufacturing sector. They're not doing good. Slowing consumer spending, also that is really bad. High debt levels. So the government actually have like seriously high debt, so they have to reduce that. So plus we have US China trade war. We know about that. So another thing is slowing global economy, aging population. So I mean, there's so many things that I can actually talk about. So all those things actually they affect other economies like US and the other ones. So like now, decline in demand for imports, decline in investment, financial instability. So those things, if we check, they will affect all of us, especially when we check on the stocks. So I think maybe we might still have another week of sell, as we also know that Fed, they said they still have a maybe one chance to increase the rates. So if we add those things together, I don't really see anything positive. But as the market can surprise us, anything can happen.
Yep, no, and as you mentioned, there's a lot of headwinds to markets right now. The China situation, the Fed, perhaps, one of the big ones that we've talked about a little bit on the stream so far today is just the yields, right? The bond market selling off as kind of investors think that there's that potential that we continue to see higher rates for a prolonged period of time, which, you got to think, Kenzo, and for everybody, if you're running a business and you have a loan, and that loan is going to stay very expensive for a very long time, that's going to hurt. That's going to cut directly into your business. Loans are not necessarily as stimulating to the economy as a business that's has extra income and is able to hire more labor and invest in more projects. Loans are kind of like they hurt the economy, because it's like I'm just tossing away more interest to the bank to pay my loans. And so that, on a grand scheme of things, higher interest rates for a prolonged period of time really can hurt businesses and can ultimately drive indices and stocks globally down. So it's really interesting to see. I'm not necessarily. Go ahead, Kenzo.
I wanted to add on the loans, because maybe some people, they don't really understand. If you remember, if maybe people start to realize that almost every business, actually, let's say maybe we're talking about US30 or maybe Nasdaq, almost all the businesses, they use actually loans, or let's say debt or credit. So they don't actually use their own finance, so they actually operate from the debt. From that debt they make, they take money from the banks just to operate the business. So that if they increase the rates automatically, it means now they no longer have enough profits, because some businesses, they expect profits like in 10 years, 15 years. So if there is enough interest rate, it means that 10 years is no longer 10 years. Now maybe they can make profit in 20 years, which means it's not really good for investors. So another thing maybe that our people can do is, if they check maybe these companies that we trade, like on inside Nasdaq, every company, they have credit, they have the money that they owe, whether to the bank or to the state, whatever. Every company has that, and that's why it affects everything.
Yeah, it's like one big multiplier effect, right? Like everybody is kind of exposed to this, and that is, there's a direct impact on the next earnings season based on how much of the money a company is generating is getting pulled out to pay interest. So, and active traders might say, well, Nick, Kenzo, why does this matter? Well, guys, the market is constantly forward looking. We've talked about this, whether you are a purely technical trader or not, if you add fundamentals, the thing is, the market is forward looking. And so if it's sensing that, companies are going to struggle, the indices are trending down. And if you spot that, if you're a day trader, right, you might say, oh, fundamentals don't matter to you. Well, actually, they probably really, really do, even if you are a day trader, because if you're a day trader and you sense that this is really spooking the markets, and it will likely spook the markets not for 15 minutes, it's going to spook the market for a few days. And if you spot that as a day trader, you might have been short NASDAQ this week. I know Frank was short the NASDAQ this week, which is, it's an aggressive trade, and it's not something that I do often. But if you can spot those opportunities, sensing the fundamentals that are moving the market, and then get down into your technical charts, and you're trading the NASDAQ, and you're saying, well, you know what, right now the market is spooked, and every retest, I'm going to look for that opportunity to short until things change. You might have been catching some wonderful moves this week, and if you're sitting there and you're like, I was just getting smoked this week, and maybe you're only looking at technicals. This is why we do this. Kenzo and I come on Fridays and we talk fundamentals. If you understand the flow of the market, it can be very, very impactful to trends that are forming in front of us. Kenzo, what are you looking out for next week? Is there anything, I know there's not a bunch of news next week, but are you kind of short bias on the indices, or are you waiting for breakouts? What do you think?
Yes, on the market, actually, this week we were on a sell. We were looking for sell positions, but currently on NASDAQ, I think maybe the market is very, very close to that longer support area. Yeah, maybe the market will get out there if you to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. So on USD already, I was looking for a sell, but I think it's gonna push the market to the lower side. I think the market will end up pushing lower, but just waiting, because now the market just opened. The market might just crazy before pushing to the downside.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EDGEFINDER, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.